So hooking up this radio for operation is definitely a little bit complex, but it involves three batteries. You have your A battery, your B battery, and your C battery. Your A battery puts out 6 volts, your B battery puts out 45 volts, and your C battery puts out 90 volts. So one of the first things you're going to do is you need to hook up a ground. I use the ground plug on a outlet, and I've got one end of the ground going to the antenna, and there are 4 wires coming out of the Super 6. They're yellow, which should be black yellow, that should be yellow red, this should be maroon, and this should be red. So there's a little bit difference in the colors, but no big deal. Just got to remember which color's which. So what I'm going to do is I need to hook the black wire to the ground, which is this one here. I need to hook my antenna cable, which is the blue one, over to here, and this is all in the instructions. Right here. Got my antenna hooked to the blue. My black's going to my A minus, which is here. My A plus goes over to the B minus. And there's where I'm going to hook my yellow, which in the original wiring was yellow red. And then I've got my plus 45 going over to my minus 45 on this battery. And for that I have the plus 45, which needs to go to the maroon, or in this case green wire. So I'll hook that up. And then my final connection will be this plus 45 on the battery, but it's actually 90 volts because it's 45 plus 45, and that is that red wire. And as you can see, I have my red here, my maroon here, my yellow here, and black wire there. Everything's hooked to ground, antenna hooked to ground, so we're ready to go. I have a little headset. Just go ahead and give this a quick test. You should be able to hear that. So that's all there is to it. Now the tubes in this thing do not get really very hot. They do over time, but as you can see, you can touch them. They're cool to the touch. You can barely even tell that they're on. They're only using 6 volts off this main battery for the filaments. So it's safe to actually operate it with the cover shut. So that's it. That's how you hook up the batteries to a Chelsea 5 radio.